Alright, I'm gonna show you my sketchbooks. This one is for where I'm putting my storyboards for upcoming animations, so I can't show you that yet. And this one is the more loose sketchbooks, little ideas and observations that I've been making while I've been traveling. I've been using just a pen. Yeah, sometimes I'll like make a mistake and there's nothing I can do about it because it's permanent ink. Anyway, so here, this is my friend Taylor. It was at a rooftop bar that we were sitting down, and I saw that when he pulled up his trouser leg, he had this tattoo. People usually get tattoos of things they really like. If I notice someone's tattoo, I'm always interested in it because it tells me something about them, who they are and what they like. These are just little sketches of my dad. My dad always talked about getting a motorbike, like getting a Harley Davidson. I think that's the ultimate dad dream. So anyway, I just envisioned him as being a cool Harley Davidson rider, like his dream. So this is my other friend that I met in Lisbon. He told me that before he was a software engineer, he was a professional boxer, and he came from a long lineage. Every member of his family were professional boxers. You'll see with this sketchbook, it's like, this is more keeping a journal of my imagination than it is keeping a journal of actual factual events that happened. I imagined him in the boxing ring with this heavy downlighting. This is the next one, and again, kind of a journal of how I was feeling.
Where did you learn what it means to reciprocate? And how much can I be expected to tolerate? So I started to think about the plans I made the day unpaid, and you just can't call a spade a spade.
It's on a very tilted axis because that was the feeling of just arriving in a new place and nothing being stable. It's like, I've got to find my feet in this place. I've got my backpack on. I drew wings onto myself. Quick announcement before we go further with the video. You will probably know that I recently released Mastering Motion, which is a massive collection of advanced animation courses. Now, when I released it, a lot of you asked me if you could buy the individual mini courses within Mastering Motion, and I am finally getting around to doing that. So you're going to have more freedom when it comes to specifically choosing the parts of Mastering Motion that you want to learn from, starting with hand-drawn camera movement, a very advanced, in-depth topic in itself. And I've created a structured course that's going to take you through a series of exercises that will improve your ability to move your camera in hand-drawn animation as if it's in a 3D space. That's going to help your animations. So that's the first one that I'm releasing, followed by combat choreography and character animation. These are going to become available for individual purchase in the coming months. I'm going to keep you informed and updated. You can head over to animatorguild.com to learn more about Mastering Motion if you're interested. Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to providing that for you. Let's continue with the sketchbook. This one, I just needed to put something down. So I drew this tree, which was like this big bulbous tree. Yeah, I think the imagination really ignited inside me when I decided to draw these three ladies carrying pots into the forest. It's just trying to trigger some kind of storytelling things to try and conjure them up. Sometimes you just got to put something down, like this really awkward tree. From that, you end up getting the rest of the composition. Just an idea, random idea from my brain. I was sitting down at a nice park with my friends here. Again, just saw a street lamp and I saw the flowers in the grass garden that I was sitting in. I just put the two together. I was like, what if there was like a lamp plant? When you run out of ink on the brush pens and it becomes really nicely frayed. It's a good time when the brush pen is almost out of ink. But now you'll see a big difference in the pages, because this is what it can look like with a more fine-lined, detailed pen. I went with the parallel perspective. It's kind of like a big party palace. And then right in the middle here, you've got a central figure who's meditating in the middle of it all. And I think that's a bit like a metaphor for what I was trying to deal with while sketching this. Yeah, so that one was really fun. I enjoyed that one. All right, I had to move apartments, and this apartment has this lovely little balcony, and check out this view. Oh my gosh. Have a look down at the street. There's a restaurant down there. I just love this, and yeah, it's the perfect time of day as well. Sun's just setting over there. I'm gonna enjoy this place.
So just roll with me, grab me my bowl and you can smoke with me, sit back, relax and you'll get high with me, journey my mind and you can vibe with me, jump in the ride and you can roll with me, grab me my bowl and you can smoke with me, sit back, relax and you'll get high with me, journey my mind and you can vibe with me.
This one was a bit like a kind of dream state I was in, kind of surrealist feel. There's looking across over this bridge to this strange, wonderful mushroom kingdom. So there's like 5 people in the frame here and they're all me. Very dreamlike thing, but this sometimes happens when I'm channeling my subconscious. This can happen. It can just come up with weird things. Same with this one. First of all, I wanted to create a perspective city shot. I wanted to depict the feeling of standing on the edge of a building and getting that vertigo feeling where it's trying to suck you in over the side. Do you ever experience that? Okay, this one was very inspired by Sergio Toppi for this, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try and draw like Sergio Toppi. Drew the face, and I liked the face, which is very rare for me, that I draw a face that I actually like the look of. And that scared me. Like, I didn't want to mess up, so I proceeded after the face to draw very, very carefully. Ended up getting paralyzed, and I think there's something to learn there. I could have filled this with way more stuff and made it a complete image, but I didn't, because I am pathetic in this, but I'm working towards getting less pathetic with my sketches. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything. Man, I've always wanted to draw this pose. I think it looks pretty cool, it looks pretty badass. I could probably go over this drawing with like some more bold lines to really make him stand out. There's room for improvement, but it was fun. Sintra is a wonderful place to go in Lisbon. There's like these water fountains, there's a lot of palaces and castles, and I just kind of combined them together. So this is like a miniature castle that's on this rock structure that's in the middle of a pond. So it's just a miniature version, and there's this family that's around that are looking at it like, ooh, wow, because there were so many tourists. I started drawing the statue but kind of abandoned it, but I liked how the statue was hidden away under all these potted plants. It looked nice to me. I can actually flash to this clip because I took video of it. I just thought this statue was so cool, and I actually imagined this to be more like Poseidon than Zeus. Plants look a bit aquatic. Okay, as I was making this, I gave this sketchbook to someone who I met at breakfast. As a way of introducing myself, I just said, well, have a look at my sketchbook. And he landed on this page, and he kept it open on this page, and he said, this is my favorite drawing that you made. And I said, really? And he said, can you explain the idea behind this one? Basically, I watched a documentary on Nazaré, which is a place off the coast of Portugal. And in this documentary, this very old lady was explaining how her father, when she was a little girl, her father and all of the men of the town went out fishing. But back then they didn't have a harbour to dock the boat. So it was very dangerous coming back in once they'd been out at sea. And one day there was tragedy, and this ship was actually smashed up on the rocks, and many men died. It's starting to rain here, so I'm going to have to probably pause this. I just imagined her saying a prayer for the men who died at Nazaré, and that was the idea behind it, basically. I'm going to have to pause this because the camera's getting wet. So yeah, I'll pick this up later on. So if you liked that video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can also have a look at my playlist of other travel videos that I've made, because this isn't the only one that I've made. If you like this, you can go and binge the others. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.